Welcome to the Daily Shift. You heard that right. The Daily Shift. The show where we block out the noise and speak truth, train your mind, and help you become the absolute best version of yourself. Leo and Andrew are on their way. You're in the right place. And while you're here, take a breath. We're about to dive in. The show starts in 30 seconds. You ready? Take a deep breath in and breathe it out. Prepare for your shift.
Hello and welcome to the Wednesday, the Daily Show, where we help you break through, make more money, be energized. We got a lot of exciting things to cover. I do have a very special announcement in a moment, though, and I'm excited to get into that and share something cool that we've been working on for you. Before we do, give me a typing in the chat of how your energy level is today on this beautiful Wednesday. As we get ready to dive in, I'm going to talk to you for a moment about a few of the pitfalls that often happen in real estate investing and really sales and negotiation, how to solve them. I'm going to dive in. There's going to be an episode where I share with you a few tacticals and technicals of real estate investing, and then make a very special announcement coming up to some exciting times that we're diving into. There is a couple of major things, though, in real estate investing, and today is all about real estate. Every Wednesday, I'm going to be calling this the Deal Room, and I'll explain why when I have an announcement later. So this is, from here forward, on Wednesday, is going to be called the Deal Room, and what's going to happen is when I make this announcement, I'll make it clear. I want, though, for you to take note of what you want this business to do for you. If you're a real estate investor, you're already investing in real estate, or you've been thinking about investing in real estate, think about, what do you want out of the business? Because so many people get caught up in a loop of doing what somebody else said would work, and they never even stop to think about what they want the business to do for them. Because there is tremendous amount of opportunity in real estate. You can buy houses and cash flow them. If you buy in the right markets with the right terms, you can flip houses, you can wholesale houses, you can run a fund. You have all sorts of opportunities to make money. And so many people never start. And then some who do start to drown in opportunity. So I just want to talk a little bit about that on gaining that clarity today. And in today's episode, I'm going to be talking specifically about BOSLO, Buy Owner Finance, Sell and Lease Option. And when I'm talking about sales and negotiations, it's going to be something you can use in general in any business that you're working in, except I'm going to be using examples and strategies that work and have worked for me to buy hundreds and hundreds of houses using Buy Owner Finance, Sell and Lease Option. So there is 3 big key points. Before we go there, I want you, if you're taking notes, be a good time to grab a pen and a paper and write it down. Identify your bottlenecks. I read a book, I always called it bottlenecks. I read a book called The Theory of Constraints about identifying bottlenecks and how to remove the challenges in your business. Because it doesn't matter what business you're in, there's times where challenges come up and those bottlenecks stop you from getting to the next level. Identify your bottlenecks. So if you are brand new to real estate investing, bottleneck is usually going to be, I need leads. So, of course, you're going to be hearing me talk a lot more about it, and you will, on the masterclass, I'm going to be announcing soon as well. You're going to be hearing me talk a ton about it. But the objective is, if you're brand new, get leads. I don't care if it's Facebook Marketplace, Zillow, some is better than none. The theory I live by, some is better than none. So identify your bottleneck. If you are getting leads, but they're not closing, okay, now we have a problem between lead to close. If you're getting leads, they're verbally closing and they are signing the contract, but we ain't closing and getting the check, then we have a bottleneck between contract to check. And so each one of those stops we identify and we go, okay, wait a second, what's happening? Now, there's 3 major deal points in real estate investing. And I want to make this announcement. And when I do, you're going to be very excited about what's coming up here in coming weeks for you. But I want to make the example or the point that there's 3 deal points every time you get on the phone with a seller. And the basis I operate from is to get to a conclusion, because there's so many things that we can say in a conversation that will either A, let it just go on forever, B, end it abruptly and not have a desired outcome, or C, get it to a desired conclusion. And so the way we get them to a desired conclusion is by asking the right questions. So the questions I ask, I got this coffee sitting in the wrong place today. The questions I ask are all going to come back to the big 3. What's the least you'll take on price? What's the least you'll take a month? And usually we bow with nothing down. They want something down. What's the least you'll take down? Why? Because I need to get the price, I need to get the payment, and I need to get how much it's going to cost me to get in it. Usually I buy with nothing down. Now, of course, yes, number of years, if that comes up, there's all sorts of other pieces of the deal. Or if it's a cash deal, making sure you get equity. But the foundation here is having tons of conversations and knowing what you want and leading the conversation to either A, be dead. Hey, seller cussed you out, said never call me again. Cool. No worries. B, get a contract. Seller said, I'm ready. Send me the agreement. I'm ready to okay it. Or C, and a big middle portion is follow-up. Many of these sellers you're going to talk to are going to lead to C, to follow-up. So how do we follow up with those? Maybe you're getting a lot of good conversations. You're getting a lot of almosts, but they're falling off somewhere between conversation and follow-up. Then we got to figure out how to fix the follow-up. That's where automations and AI comes in. More on that in another episode. So how do we identify what it is that we want this business to do for us? For anybody listening to this, it's going to be very important. And this is just writing out your vision. Now, here's a few places though. Know your vision, write it down, Review it every day. That's a word of advice. And we talk about vision on some of these episodes where we dive into exactly what you want and how to live your mission. But a lot of bottlenecks that happen in companies, and I want to share this because I want you to know you're not alone. The stuff that's happening in your real estate investing business is something that someone else who's doing deals also is or recently has encountered. Many times, the fall apart happens when the seller asks you questions if you're new that you don't know the answer to. Many times, the fallout happens if you're new, you got a contract signed, and now the contract it's blowing up because the title company screwed something up, or something wasn't communicated with the seller properly, or maybe there was just a miscommunication, or there is perhaps missing rapport with the seller. A lot of times, also, if it's a cash deal, a lot of times the deal will blow up because the funding fell through. Sometimes the deal blows up because it's just too much effort, because maybe it's an area you're not familiar with in some city and God knows where, and you need to find somebody on the ground to be able to go look at the property for you, and you're having trouble locating that. So we need to move the needle forward on what is likely to get done. All right, so there's 3 deal points. Every time you're on the phone with a seller, the 3 deal points: price, payment, down. That's it. That's every question that I ask is leading toward that. What's the least you'll take on price? What's the least you'll take per month till I pay you off in full? And usually we buy with nothing down. Now, I talk about this, and the announcement that I am excited to make, drum roll, if you're watching the replay, you're going to want to rewind and listen to this again. If you are on here live, thank you for being here. The announcement I want to make is we've been getting feedback. I done a poll recently on a real estate Facebook group that we run, and I've been getting a lot of feedback as to what you guys want. And last year, I did a run where I was dialing people's deals with and for them, and I was having a lot of fun doing it. They was getting deals. So this year, we decided to do a dial where I'm dialing people's deals, and I think in the month of April, we helped negotiate and contract 30-something deals for our community. So I said, what if, we're going to do that again very soon, by the way. We'll talk more about that and tell you how you can join us in that. The objective, though, of this daily show is to inspire people to have a better relationship with themselves, with God, and with money. So it says, how can we do that better? How can we help more people have a better relationship with themselves, God, and money? I said, I know what I'm going to do. We're going to take the Wednesday show, Daily Shift. We're going to call the Wednesday episodes the Deal Room. Every Wednesday, we're going to have what's called the Deal Room. Here's a format we're going to try. And I say try on purpose because we're going to see how it flows. We're going to see how it works. I already call and close. We have an incredible mastermind community, an incredible coaching community of people that we're helping get deals consistently. I said, I'm going to have them to send me deals. I'm going to be dialing your deals for our community's deals every Wednesday. I'm going to pick 5 leads, and I'm going to dial as many of them as I can get through. Now, some Wednesdays, that means we'll have 0 answer. Some Wednesdays, we'll have 5 answer, and we'll probably run a little overtime. But here's the cool part. In the Deal Room, it's going to be a weekly masterclass, basically, where you are coming in and you're getting your 30 minutes to 1 hour of your weekly real estate training, your cutting edge stuff. We're doing this in today's market. In today's markets, I should say. We're in multiple markets, and we do this. Yes, there's a lot of cool theories out there. Yes, there's a lot of cool stuff out there. But my objective here is not to give you more theories and more cool crap, because you already got plenty of cool stuff and plenty of probably information. But what I want to inspire and empower you to do every Wednesday in the Deal Room is to A, come learn, listen. B, take immediate action, call to actions. Go get on Lead Source that I talk about, one of the many I talk about, and go get on that and start having conversations. Communication equals wealth. If you're not having conversations, you're not making money. In this business, it is all about conversations. So in the deal room, I'm going to try a new format every Wednesday of 5 leads of our community's leads, dialing and closing live. So you don't just get to hear me say, here's what you say to a seller. And then if they say this, you say this back. You get to watch me do it in person. We'll see how the feedback is. We're going to have a lot of fun doing this. And we're going to be showing some checks because very often we'll call and negotiate a deal. It just happened here a couple weeks ago. And call and negotiate a deal for a student. They just sent me a check for showing that the just over $20,000 they made on the deal. It happens often. So I want to show you that perspective of this business. Why? Because I don't want to just give you more information. I want you to not just be hearers. I want you to be doers. I want this business. If you're in the real estate investing business, if you're not, you'll take negotiating skills away into whatever business you're in. Whatever business you're in, I want you to take away actionables to go and to make more money and to live your mission more fully. All right. 2 final notes for your real estate investing business. Many of you have heard me say this. Lead flow is life flow. No leads, no business. If you're not getting enough deals, you got to get more leads and have more conversations. Familiarity with the process happens by you doing it. I'm a big believer in taking someone's hand who has done it a few hundred times and having them guide you through. It's no secret that I have that strong belief because that's what changed my life and how we've changed many other lives. I, though, want you most importantly to just go take an action. If you keep doing what you've been doing, you'll continue to get similar results. So look at your vision board. Where has God called you to be? What are you called to give and to share and to build? And how are you called to grow? Who are you called to serve and inspire? Because this box on dirt, known as houses, is just a tool. Yes, it's cool. Yes, we get to buy houses from people who need to sell and help them solve their problem. Yes, we get to sell to people who need to buy and solve their problem, and maybe they can't get loans. We often sell and lease option where they give us an non-refundable deposit the day they move in. They pay us rent every month until they pay us off in full out in, say, a year. While that's all fun, the real magic is, the real beauty is that we get to give back in the way we're called to, that we get to serve those who we are called to serve and build. Everything you see started on a foundation of real estate, started on a foundation of saying, hey, how do we do this? It's how I started back in 2014. It's how Leo started when he was 17. That is the spark that lit the match that has caused us to be able to build what we now have today and what you guys see. And so I'm going to do this shift for you guys based on the votes I got. We, I think, got somewhere around 60 or 70 votes on that poll. And by far, live calls won out. And second was a masterclass, which we're also going to do soon. My objective for every one of you is to take away every reason for you to fail. Just remove the problem altogether and position you in the path of least resistance to the most progress. Identify the bottlenecks in your business. I don't care if you're brand new or you've done a few hundred deals. Identify the bottlenecks and solve them quickly. The more quickly we solve and identify the bottlenecks, the more quickly we can solve them. The quicker we solve them, the more rapidly we can get on to the next challenge. Give what you most need. As we do this deal room on Wednesdays, and I'm going to be dialing live. We're going to be having a whole deal vibe going on here with you guys, and the energy is going to be up, and it's going to be growing. And by the way, if you guys didn't catch it yesterday, make sure you catch the replay of my interview with Chris Dickey, one of our incredible mastermind members who is crushing it in the business. My prayer is that every one of you continue to serve at the highest level and find the greatest fulfillment. Make more money, give back more, We're going to be doing some more cool charity events soon. We're going to be doing some more projects soon. And I love being surrounded by people who have a heart to serve and a heart to build. So thank you for being those people. Thank you for being here on the Daily Shift, for hanging out with me on this beautiful Wednesday. And thank yourself for spending time doing the thing that your future self will thank you for. Because the information you're going to be getting here every Wednesday is going to impact your business in ways you never thought possible. I've lost millions of dollars in real estate. I've made millions more in real estate. And I'm going to be sharing those wisdom tips with you, as well as live dialing, so you can hear the theory, you can hear the training, you can hear the explanation, you can see it in reality and be inspired. And of course, for all of those of you who are part of our community, you're going to be sending in your leads so I can call your leads. Otherwise, I just got to dial mine. And what's the fun in that? I don't mind doing that too, but I want to call your leads. And so I am very excited about what's to come. I'm about to head to Louisville here in just a couple hours. I head to the airport, and I'm going to be in Louisville hanging out with the Louisville crew, having a fun time. And we're going to be doing a meetup tomorrow night in Louisville. So any of my Louisvillians, if you're in Louisville, Chad is hosting a meetup, and I am co-hosting and speaking. And I'm very excited for that. So shout out to every one of you for being here. Get ready for the Deal Room every Wednesday. Tomorrow is Thursday Bible study. Guys, be blessed. I'll see you tomorrow. Same place, same time. Bye for now.